Bray Wyatt's story just took some more crazy turns with some big developments, so we'll see what's new there. We'll also check out the story of Jey Uso fully going against Roman's orders and much more. Let's start things off with everything Bray Wyatt related. Bray Wyatt is seen backstage for a promo. There's been a lot of rumors on how the abandoned Firefly Funhouse set will be used in the future for Bray's story. But for this segment, he was simply just backstage. Bray talks about how he wasn't able to finish what he was saying the week before, so he was going to take the time to finish what he was saying. Bray mentions his line of how revenge is a confession of pain. This was a quote that was in his Twitter bio for a while during his time away from WWE. Bray said that he still believes that's true and how he was going to confess something to make himself feel better. He confesses to having problems and how it's not hard for people to see that. He mentions how anger is one of those issues and how last time it took him to a place that he should have never came back from. He said that he was happy with being left alone and everything being over. He wanted everyone to stop saying his name and be left alone. But he said that he's glad everyone didn't stop and kept him going. But Bray suddenly switches up the direction of who he's talking to. He's no longer talking directly to the fans. Now he's talking to the new masked version of himself and Uncle Howdy. He had this to say directly to that individual. Quote, "I know who you are. I know what you want. I know what you're trying to do, but it won't work. I confess that along this journey, I'm going to be horrible. Horrible things. But I will never feel sorry for them. I'm just a servant now. I go where the circle takes me." End quote. So even though the majority of the promo is directed at fans, those first few lines there of that quote obviously isn't directed at fans. That seems to be Bray's direct response to Uncle Howdy and the things that he said when he interrupted him on SmackDown the week before. Bray is saying that he's fully aware of who this individual is and what they're up to, but he assures them that their plan won't work. Bray then immediately switches gears back to talking to the fans and said that he's about to do some horrible, horrible things real soon. Bray says that he's just a servant now, that he's just following wherever the circle takes him. And that was the end of the promo. They also had a nice little detail of Bray's new theme playing in the background during the promo, and it was a nice small touch. The music started off like Bray, very soft and quiet, but as Bray continued to confess everything he was confessing about, the music picked up and became more and more intense. So it was a nice little detail on how the theme basically matched Bray's rising intensity throughout the promo. No one is fully sure if the theme song will play during all of Bray's future promos, but the music definitely fit with this specific one. So fast forward later on in the night, and we get Uncle Howdy responding back to Bray Wyatt. Howdy questions Bray, asking him, quote, "Why would you lie to me? Should have never lied to the ones you love." End quote. We then see this quick glimpse of a cowboy-looking character, and they say, Howdy, which obviously is going to be the name of this character, Uncle Howdy. Some theories that are going around is if there's two versions of Uncle Howdy. There's multiple versions of Bray Wyatt, so what if Uncle Howdy was the new mask and was the cowboy all at the same time? That's what we really don't know yet. But there was a lot of clues in Howdy's brief response to Bray. Howdy says that Bray should never lie to the ones he loves, automatically implying that the man behind the mask and Uncle Howdy character could be a relative and family member to the Bray Wyatt character. Of course, his name is actually Uncle Howdy, so you can assume that it's basically Bray's twisted uncle. A QR code also flashed while Howdy was talking, and that code takes you to a psychological evaluation of Bray Wyatt. In the form, the doctor says that Bray has difficulty showing remorse or empathy and has conflict with social norms. It says that he can also disregard and violates the rights of others. It also has a phone number that says the quote when you call it, quote, "Who knows? Not me. I never lost control." End quote. So maybe Howdy put that evaluation out there to remind Bray and everyone else about who Bray really is. with Howdy basically implying that Bray may seem a little different now, but we can't forget how evil he truly is deep down. And that was it for Bray's story on this edition of SmackDown. So Bray's first official feud and rival seems to be himself and his other family members. Uncle Howdy is trying to pull him back in, and Bray is saying that it won't work. So it looks like we'll definitely see more back and forth between Howdy and Bray. As far as who's actually behind this new Howdy character, the most popular fan belief right now is Vincent Marseglia. Vincent is a former wrestler of Impact Wrestling and Ring of Honor, who now is the most popular rumored name to be joining Bray Wyatt's story as Uncle Howdy. What makes Bray Wyatt's story so intriguing is that you can still pay attention to every single detail and you'll still won't have any idea what direction it's going in. And that's what makes it so fun to discuss. Like how fans are confused because Bray Wyatt walked out with the new mask on at Extreme Rules. So obviously that tells us it's Bray Wyatt under the mask. But Uncle Howdy and the mask appear to be fully disconnected from the Bray that we've seen on SmackDown. So there's a lot of confusion right now, but it'll definitely continue to come together in the coming weeks. Now let's check back in with the Bloodline story because we got some potential big developments going on here. Logan Paul is set to close out SmackDown with a promo, so we see the Bloodline, minus Roman and Heyman, discuss how they plan to handle Logan tonight. Sami Zayn tells Jey Uso that Roman directly requested for nothing to be done to Logan Paul. Roman didn't want Logan thinking he was winning the mind games, so Roman requested for all of the Bloodline members to stay away from Logan's promo. But surprisingly enough, Jey Uso goes against direct orders from Roman Reigns and still goes out there to attack Logan Paul. And after Sami Zayn comes out to remind Jey Uso that this isn't what Roman wants, Logan is able to get the upper hand and take out Jey Uso. So SmackDown closes out with Logan Paul getting the upper hand over the Bloodline, exactly what Roman didn't want to happen. So things have already been a little shaky between Roman and Jey in recent weeks because of the entire Sami Zayn situation. But what Jey did right there is the worst thing he's done in a long time. Jey Uso went against direct orders from Roman Reigns, and once again, you just have to assume that there's going to be a price to pay for disobeying the orders of Roman Reigns. So maybe it's another verbal warning, or maybe Roman actually puts his hands on Jey Uso, but there's no way Roman lets this one slide at all. Jey did the complete opposite of what Roman asked for, and that just has to get addressed. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.